Welcome back to the Universim. Now, in the last episode, we finally got some iron mines from the medieval age. They're still building one of them. And we're also building an oil jack. We have completed electricity, so we have a battery. No idea what we need the battery power for yet. And we've also upgraded plenty of the water pumps. I also think that we got quarries. Might be a good idea to build one of. A gas mine. Okay, so yellow means rich. Which means that this is a good location for a gas mine. I have no idea what we need it for, but might as well build it, because we are going to need it. And stone mine. Rich resources. Okay, so this residential has to go. I'm sorry. Rough times, I know. Times. You know. For the good of the village. Guess this one has to go as well. Oh, would you guys stop that? Prioritize. Okay, let's go see if there is somewhere else we can build a stone mine then. Out here, apparently. But it's too steep. No, the best locations really are up here. Centerport just started there for construction. Okay, well, we can go back and have a look at them later. A hair salon, so I'm not going to touch that. Six wood refineries and 4 stone refineries. If you guys would just complete that so I can tear it down, please. Thank you. And in the last episode, there was some mention of some wolves attacking, but I guess that the hunters managed to fend them off. Because I can't remember having lots of deaths the way that happened in the previous wolf attack. Okay, now demolish, demolish, demolish. Is that enough room for this stone mine? Yes, it is. There we go. Stone mine. Prioritize. I can hear a UFO. Go away. Go away. Shush. Okay, so how does this lumber mill work? If I forestate it, does that work? What is that? Oh, potential. Go away. We do not want to play with you. Okay, so I guess we have to prioritize these buildings as well. Would you go away? Residential has been reduced to dust. Yeah, bother the other village, that's fine. Ding dong dong. Endurance research complete. Excellent. Now we can get telescopic lenses. Get ready for magnificent magnification, achieved by the radical revelation of refraction. As the great mind behind this new discovery quite eloquently described it, looking device may make far things look close. Forecasters will be most pleased. This requires government. This requires commercialized steel making. Okay, can have kinetic energy, wind energy, or combustion energy. Much like wind energy, this idea intends to turn motion into electricity. However, where wind can sometimes blow too hard or not at all, using nuggets to create motion is far more reliable. It may not be as powerful as the wind, but at least kinetic energy is easy to come by. All you need to do is convince a few nuggets to take turns running on a giant treadmill. You can even try dangling a slice of cake in front of them for extra encouragement. So basically you put them in a hamster wheel. Oh, if I pick one, I lose the others. If nature conservation isn't really your thing, and you were planning on trading this planet in for a new one in the future anyway, then combustion energy will offer the most reliable and productive electricity generation of all. Be warned that it will spew pollution out at a scary rate, but so long as you can supply enough natural gas, it'll speed up the progress of industry. Just try not to breathe in too deeply. And then the wind energy. Harnessing the power of the wind will supply your civilization with a clean source of energy. Its potential was discovered when a sudden gust of wind sent a nugget who was hanging up a sheet to dry 5 miles into the woods. A few days later, he returned with grand ideas of wind turbines and a bear that he intends to marry. Right. While wind energy can be unreliable, it's an excellent alternative to pollution-causing electricity generators. Do we get any other electricity stuff down the road? No? Really? Dear. Okay, let's go with kinetic energy then. It's not like we don't have enough unemployed nuggets. And then we have Tudor architecture. Nuggets have been reassessing stone architecture lately. With improvements to material refinement, they've begun wondering why they still live in leaky makeshift structures. By using a combination of stone brickwork and wooden finishings, Nuggets will be able to spruce up your civilization and upgrade key buildings. Upgrades Evolution Tower to Medieval Era and upgrades stone huts to residential blocks. After that, we have... Let's get the telescopic lenses. Then we have Library. The history of your civilization is filled with tales of great heroics, wondrous acts, and glorious achievements. This proves that history almost never tells the full truth. Regardless, it is time to bring your archive into the new era with a fresh coat of paint. Then we have Blacksmiths, with an effect that is coming soon. Couriers. That seems like a good idea. And round cogs, which leads to the Archimedean screw. I think we want couriers. The flow of resources in your civilization is essential to its smooth operation. It wastes precious time for builders, chefs, and other professionals to have to collect the resources they require before they can continue with their work. Couriers can solve this problem and improve the efficiency of your workforce. Soon, all you need to do is train them to handle fragile goods with more reverence than a pile of wood. And after that we can get government. Kinetic energy research complete. That was quick. Is that under utilities then? Kinetic generator. As you know, nuggets are an energetic and eager bunch, which results in an ever-present opportunity to exploit their naive enthusiasm. No machine, past or future, can more directly harness this potential than the kinetic energy generator. Right. That was loud. It's basically a giant hamster wheel that converts motion into electricity. Simply replace hamsters with nuggets and you have yourself a brilliant, environmentally friendly solution to the energy problem. Yeah, that's just brilliant. Centerport would like to trade. You know what? We don't need that plant anymore.
An electricity generator! How marvelous! Tell your nuggets to prioritize construction. You know what they say, many hands make light work.
They do? I hadn't noticed. So they will just be very happy if we give them one log. Moderate air quality. Your oxygen levels are starting to fall. Natural disasters are uncommon, and nuggets will occasionally get oxygen sickness. Plant trees, build oxygen-producing buildings, and disable oxygen-reducing buildings to increase the oxygen level. Well, okay. Let's give them a log. Dear Creator, the world is suffocating. The trees are almost gone. What? Don't get me wrong, I love industry, but it's difficult to enjoy modern delights while everyone's wheezing uncontrollably. A slow and uncomfortable death ruins the mood somewhat. But it's not too late. If we plant more trees, we can fix this. Surely there must be some way to regrow the forests. With bated breath, Tilania Namboak. Okay, so we need to plant trees in the city. No idea how many trees they want, but I'll give them trees. Moderate air quality. Oh, we don't need that much. Gone green. Air quality is improving thanks to you. We are saved! The planet looks far more green again, and all of us look less green as a result. We can breathe easy once more. Let's hope this whole tree crisis is never repeated. Thank you, Tilane Nambawak. We received 15 believers. That's useful. I guess we need to have trees around then. Well, I guess it looks a bit more pleasant. Oh, we have an oil jack. And a hair salon. Our happiness level is very high, so that's good. The iron mine down here is done. Really? Thank you. We have a school here. Nope. Go away. Let's pause the game briefly while I unassign this nugget and I find someone who has a university degree. I think I built another school at the very other side of town. That isn't done yet. I wonder if there's some way to... you know, find buildings. Yeah, there is.
I won't lie, I had my doubts about this giant wheel thing creator, but it's proven to be just as useful as it is entertaining.
Okay, so I can put it into extreme mode. That's probably not a good idea. But we're making electricity. For what, I have no idea, because we don't need it yet, but... let's sort by name. I can remove residentials. Useful. Because I only want to see school. Okay, so we have one unbuilt. Let's pause the game again. And assign that nugget. We need to have... you're sure-footed and you're lazy. We don't want a lazy teacher. half remember. That's a barn. I thought I built a school down there. Okay, so if I just do that and then this. Excellent. So that's how you find buildings. Okay, let's unpause again. They still love me. That's nice. I can rename the building. Ooh. Well, that was an obvious one. Of the tentacle, of course. Oh, I can actually rename buildings. At some point, we're probably going to need more farms. But it's winter. We don't like winter, do we? No, we don't. Let's make it spring. That is very useful. Tudor architecture, research completed.
I hope your civilization is prepared for a wolf attack, Creator, because there's one happening right now.
Nah. So... okay, they are actually upgrading the buildings on their own. I'm not sure what I feel about that, considering the amount of resources we need to do so. That's slightly terrifying, I must admit. Oh, never mind, it isn't bad at all. Oh, they've made a nice little grid pattern here, it seems. If there's one thing that I'm not going to accuse the Nuggets of, it's building in any kind of orderly fashion. So that's the first time I've seen that. That's a large residential building. We have a gas mine. That does beg the question, though, if we just tear down all the houses, will they start building Tudor buildings instead? We have researched telescopic lenses. upgrade that. Okay, show width map. Surely it isn't that bad when it comes to the oxygen levels. We don't even have any industry. We have one oil jack. We have a hamster wheel. We have one gas mine and we have 2 iron mines. And that's enough to... Come on, Crytivo, don't you think you're a little bit aggressive with this pollution thing? Here we have a school. Need to unassign you and assign someone who actually has an education. Library. Great that. The Minister of Water just place a well? That's interesting. Where exactly? Didn't know that the minister would go around and do that. That said, I have neglected the wells. We probably should build one up here somewhere. Election has started. That's something that I need to attend because I was not happy with the previous. They have to construct the evolution tower first. Like the NAN percent there. Things are heating up again and it's 27, 28 degrees Celsius. Yes, I would say that that is definitely things heating up again. Oh, that looks very cute. Well now, that is a formidable building. How many people can live in here? Oh, nice. 5 families. Speaking of well... Is this where you placed it, since I can't place this building here? There is something here. Oh, it's a residential. So they are faithfully upgrading the buildings. That's good. The water pump has just received its finishing touches. There we go. Now let's pause it. Elderly assisted living. Elders can mate. 30% chance of elderly couple dying during mating, but +2 to happiness. Or right to arms. There isn't a candidate for this one. That's a good thing. It's influence. I don't want right to arms. Does this thing work? Yes, it does. This thing seems to work as well. Not bad, not bad. That is a great deal of unmarried nuggets. Le Cupidon should cost less, you know? You. How about you marry that guy? Whatever. There we go. There's an unmarried male. You can marry her. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. Yeah, we want to hear more of that sound because we want more nuggets. You too. And we have researched careers. I need to find... Oh. Broken Heart. Dear Creator. Alright, so it's not really an emergency.
I like this nugget. He reminds me a bit of my younger self. Straight to the point and quite murderous. Let's help him out.
Go away. Alright, so it's not really an emergency. I just needed to grab your attention, and this was the only way I could think of to do it. My heart is shattered into pieces. My beloved Hitty Lassukok, okay, has run off with somewhat of a local celebrity. La Fes La Caich can't get away with this. They have this magnificent smile and oodles of charm. You can't miss them. I hope a boulder falls on their head. I'd settle for them choking on lizard candy, though. Please help me get my revenge. Yumboto Kelkeach. That gives us the Chunder Chain Park. Okay.
I knew you had a little darkness in you, Creator. Let's find this nugget and make him regret his existence.
I know. I shouldn't be doing this. La Fes La Caich. Where are you? So it would appear that it is you. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. No, no, no. Come back here. We are going to do a little experiment. You see, people have been asking... I'm going to blame the audience here. People have been asking about this temple thing. Whether or not it's a grinder or what it is. So, you know, if I do... this. There we go. It even gives... yeah, all your questions have been asked. No further comment. We can do more research though. Let's distract ourselves with that. Blacksmith leads to fortifications, hunting lodge, fishing net. That might be an idea. Round cogs. We don't need more water currently. I think we have plenty of that. Nearly double the need. Organized storage. That's the thing. Warehouses have been a disorganized mess for far too long now. It can be difficult to keep track of everything when nuggets just toss resources around. Things tend to get lost too easily. For example, excavating an old resource pile has finally revealed what happened to Doug all those years ago. By introducing an orderly new storage system, nuggets will be able to store things more efficiently and reduce space wastage. Then let's get the government. City planning is not as easy as it seems, and it's always seemed pretty complicated. Officials will need to consider exactly where everything should be built to account for existing infrastructure, future infrastructure, and/or a general lack of infrastructure. A self-sufficient society requires a governing body to make such calls, so it may as well start now. Unlocks the medieval town hall. And that would lead to the Ministry of Energy. Probably is a good thing, but I don't think we need it yet because we're not using any kind of energy. Law enforcement. Well, we don't really need that. This, however, the safety of your civilization can be difficult to manage. Keeping up with the expansion and ensuring that the perimeter is secure from wild animals and other threats often requires more awareness than your limited attention span can provide. Why, thank you. Creating a new division of government that handles the construction of defense buildings could save lives. Unlocks the Minister of Defense. And I guess we should get the... what is the thermal intervention? Ah, unlocks modern oil jack. Right, let's get the blacksmith. Despite the obvious dangers, nuggets love playing with fire. One of their favorite pastimes is to throw different objects into a fire to see what happens. Most turn to ash shortly after entry, but they have discovered that metal does not. Being as stubborn as they are, they refused to give up until the entire piece of metal was reduced to ash. So, they made the fire hotter and hotter until the metal did something peculiar. Instead of burning, it melted. Once it cooled, it had changed shape. Metal shaping can form a new industry, so consider researching it further. And after that, I think we should get the fishing nets. As your civilization grows, so does its appetite. Catching only a few fish at a time is hardly enough to feed a village. Thanks to the blacksmith's expertise, a weighted net can be created for gathering more fish in a shorter time span. However, nuggets may require 1 or 2 attempts before they realize they need to tie the nets to the boat before casting. Of course. And with that, I think this is a good spot to end the episode. So, thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed this rather bizarre episode. And all the new nice Tudor architecture buildings. But for now, thank you so much, and I will see you all next time.